Hi everyone, welcome to week 19 of the home coffee plan. So this week's brew is going to be a fun one. Now Rosso is located in the beautiful city of Calgary, and each year in July we host a festival named the Calgary Stampede. So during the Stampede, lots of people dress up as cowboys, so I thought this week we'd brew some cowboy coffee for you. Now you might be asking yourself, what is cowboy coffee? And don't worry, I'm asking myself the same thing. So cowboy coffee is referring to a traditional American method of brewing filterless coffee over an open fire. So ground coffee is added to hot water in a metal pot and then usually boiled over a fire. So normally the coffee is boiled and then it's allowed to cool, and then the grounds sink to the bottom, preventing any of the grinds going into the cup. And it's the real Wild West out there. So I've cheated the system a bit, and I've used a scale to weigh out how much coffee we're going to use and how much water we're actually going to put in. So real un-cowboy-like. But we have 500 grams of water sitting in our nice little kettle here. We have our beautiful fire that we're going to start right now. And 30 grams of our amazing coffee, which is coming this week from Mexico. It's from Finca Santa Cruz. These guys have won the Cup of Excellence in Mexico for the last 2 years. It's an outstanding coffee and perfect, I hope, for cowboy coffee. We'll find out. So next step, got our kettle sitting on our fire. We're gonna check. You wanna get it quite hot, but not quite to a boil. Okay, I think we're just at the right perfect temperature, just before boil. So our 30 grams of Finca Santa Cruz is going in. And like any cowboy, you might want to start a timer or not. The recommendations I've seen are 4 to 6 minutes, so we'll just guesstimate that today. The coffee grinds and water are kind of mixing and percolating together. A bit of a blooms happen, and actually give this a bit of a shake. So all the coffee grounds are saturated. We can see quite a bit of agitation kind of going on. The coffee is getting close to a boil. We can see the bloom like really expanding, and that kind of lets us know. And I'm going to cheat the system a little bit and play with our fire here. So it's definitely not the most consistent brew. Obviously the temperature of our fire or stove thing is a little bit inconsistent, leading to a bit of an erratic brew, but that's okay. Real Wild West action here. Okay, so like any good cowboy, I'm going to get my glove on and remove our kettle pot from our fire. Quickly check on this. Oh yes, looks like a perfect cowboy brew. So we're gonna let this sit for 4 minutes, and we'll see all the coffee grinds drop to the bottom. Hopefully that should indicate our brew went well. And like any cowboy on the range, we're going to drink out of an espresso cup. On the nose, it definitely smells strong, a bit unique. Some kind of low tones, like kind of chocolatey, nutty. The coffee varietals are in this coffee are actually Typica and Bourbon. And hopefully I've brewed kind of a sweet. I'm expecting a very like thick and heavy bodied coffee. The clarity on this coffee is going to be probably quite low. So picking out flavor notes might be a little more difficult than normal. But let's give this a go. No grinds in my espresso cup. It's very hot. And I'm a little bit scared to take a sip, but let's find out. Whew. Definitely strong. That'll put some hair on your chest. A really thick, heavy body. It's very syrupy, maybe even gritty. This is the first time I've ever had cowboy coffee or whatever I've just brewed, so give me a moment. Okay, so there's like lower tones, so there's like chocolate, a little bit of sweetness, hard to pick up on a lot of notes, not a lot of clarity. I think this would be really good with some whiskey, you know, at about 7 a.m. when it's like -10 out. So not a bad attempt for our first City Slicker Cowboy Coffee. Hopefully that inspires someone out there to give it a go, and give us some comments in the bottom below. Thanks.